If you're watching this right now, there's actually probably a good chance that you didn't plan on it. Probably didn't even look at it, didn't search for it. It just popped up in your search suggestions, recommendations. I could be doing this video today. I could have done it 5 years ago. The point is, you're here today to watch and see. And that's maybe not on accident. God has a way of showing us things that we've already seen, probably seen before, and it's just not ready for it. And today's that day. You need to focus and look at where we're at. Because sometimes we're not ready to hear. We're not ready to listen. When you're tired and a little stressed, those things weigh on you. And your mentality kind of changes. You think that you're invincible, or you're just confused and afraid to even talk to anybody about it. You don't know what to do. That's okay. Stay with me for a minute here. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk and pause and reflect, for that matter. Let me say first that if you're feeling stuck and overwhelmed, you're not by yourself. I've been there. Others have been there. But really what makes the difference is well, how you react to that and what you do. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it deprive you of your future. Deprive you of even your day. People get so stuck in things. Focus on where we're at. Now, I typically talk to contractors, but this video I think is going to be for contractors, any business owner, anybody for that matter. You know, it doesn't have, if you're a student, whatever it is. The point is you're not weak. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're just wondering what to do next. And that's okay. We're going to talk about that. A lot of people don't talk about kind of the unseen waste, the unseen weight of where we're at. And they don't want to talk about it because it's embarrassing. You don't want to act like you don't know what's going on. You don't want to act like things are doing well. When people ask you how you're doing, you say fine, and that's not true. Let's make it true. Let's make it fine, and ask. If they really didn't want to hear how you're doing, then maybe they're not your friends anyway. You should be able to share with those that really care about you and need some help. Now, I want to tell you that your mom and dad might not be the person you go talk to about your business. What I mean by that is, if you're going to talk to somebody, make sure you talk to the right person that can help you with the problem that you think you're having. Go talk to your mom and dad, yes. They want to hear from you. Give them a call when we get off this message here. The point being is, make sure you talk to the right person who give you the right information. Because some people who are just like you and truly care about you, they might not have the answer for you. And it's very possible to give you the bad answer because they want to protect you or they think they're protecting you. If you go to bed thinking about business or whatever, classes, you think about your marriage or your even your job, if you got a job, and you wake up thinking about that same thing, man, that ain't healthy. That ain't good for you. You got to focus on where you're at. You need to focus on what do I need to do next? Make an action plan, because if you dwell on it, it's going to eat you up. And the thing about dwelling thing is that 99% of the time, and I honestly believe this, I've done it before myself. I've been thinking about things, and the reality is not near as bad as the truth. Think about that. You ever had to make a phone call or deal with something you didn't want to deal with, but you finally get the courage up and you do it, and you realize that wasn't that bad. That's one of the ways to actually overcome it too, is that think of the worst possible outcome. Accept that possible outcome before you do it, because if it happens, you've already accepted it, and it's going to be better than that anyway. Let's shift today to thinking of what we think we missed. You ever had that bad feeling in your stomach and you think, man, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. But it's not that you're lost. You're getting ready to make a change, doing something you're not used to. It's a feeling of stretching. You ever stretch your muscles? You're stretching that feeling of change. And once you've stretched, your muscles get limber. Well, your mindset and your fear of whatever it is that you're getting ready to change to, it's getting better too. You're actually expanding your reality by stretching and creating change. That feeling that you have, it's not fear really. It's that standing at the edge of change, looking over that cliff, deciding how you're going to get down it. You got to get down. You got to get home to supper, right? Get home to mama. Mama can't get held to if you can't go down that hill. So we're going to find how to get down that hill and that path. And sometimes you feel lonely and you have doubt. But here's what I want you to remind you of. You don't have to figure it out everything today. You don't need a 5-year plan. 5-year plans are good, but maybe do a 1-day plan for the day. If you're listening to this message, you need to get through. Okay. You don't have to make the massive decisions now. And more importantly, you don't have to do it by yourself. I have coaches myself. I need help every day. Certain criteria. I have a coach for a certain thing. I've got a business coach. I've got a podcast coach. I've got a mindset coach. And I got one more. And I got one that holds me responsible. I got 4 coaches. Are they helping me? I sure pay them like they are. And I sure hope so. And I believe they are. But you don't have to do it by yourself. I used to think that I couldn't do it by myself. And I can't. But my thought was I needed a partner. And I got all kinds of partners in place, and that's a mistake. What I needed to do was be a leader with a team. And while I call them coaches, they're still my team. And the fact that I'm paying them to keep me in line. I'm keeping them around to speed things up, to do things and avoid mistakes I've made. If you're watching this video, you're exactly where you need to be right now, whether it be with me or somebody else. You need to talk out to something, talk to somebody about where you're at, what you need to happen. What should you do? Find out the mistakes other people's made. I mentioned mom and dad earlier. Go talk to your mom and dad. And some people don't have their mom and dads anyway, so talk to your spouse, siblings. Talk to somebody. Hell, if you go to Home Depot, I bet there's somebody there you talk to. I know that sounds silly. You find the right person, somebody's going to listen, but you got to talk to them. Your business relies on you and your mindset. That's what we're trying to change right now, your mindset, so that you can become a better leader. If you have a team, go talk to them. If you don't have a team, you probably need to look at hiring one. The other day, I was talking to my office manager, Elizabeth, and while she's not my wife, she might think that way sometimes. She's taking care of me. She's more like my daughter. And Lord help me, I don't need another daughter. But that's a whole other subject. The point being is I can talk to her about things that if I went home and talked to Kathy about, my wife, that she wouldn't understand. Love Kathy. She cares. But she doesn't understand the things we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And I don't want her to have to worry about work. If you can talk to a teammate and spare your spouse some of the bad things that you got to deal with sometimes, that's great. Not every day is going to be wonderful. It just doesn't happen. But you can prepare yourself to take on those days. You know you got somewhere to go. You know, talk about other people. You know, you can pray to God. God's there all the time. I get frustrated sometimes and I got to leave. I got to get out of that room before I say something. This happened 2 weeks ago. I was so frustrated. I had to leave and get in the truck and go. I said, if I stay here, I want to say something I'm sorry for. And I know I didn't mean it, but I needed to go. I got in the car, did some praying, drove around, listened to the radio, listened to some uplifting music. I even turned on a podcast and listened to some guidance there. So the point being is, get clear on where you're at, listen, find someone to talk to, and you'll be amazed where you get some clarity in your life. The truth is that you've already overcome a lot of things. Think about that. You are not where you're at today. I like to think that what are you going to do about the future? Well, God hadn't gotten me here this far without a purpose, without a plan. I'm not going to fail. I'm going to make some mistakes. And hopefully by having those coaches and other people that help me around me, my team and my coaches, they're going to help me avoid some of those mistakes. And if I do make them, they're going to help me get up and keep moving forward. If you feel behind, don't feel behind. Feel like you're on that edge. You're making that first step down that hill, that cliff that we talked about, going home to, in my case, mama, going home to your family, going home to whatever it is, your pets, your family, your friends. But you gotta make that first step. Stretch. Make those decisions in your business if that's what it is. If that's what you need to do, get down your mountain, stretch, look at the best ways, the best paths to take, and take one. Because you ain't gonna get down and just stand up on top. If you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you did, I'd like you to actually like and subscribe. It helps me out. It helps the algorithm and all that good stuff YouTube uses. This is Chris G with the Hard Hat CEO. God be with you till we meet again. Bye-bye.